I used to think that the scariest things in life were ghosts or monsters under the bed. But 3 years ago, on a lonely highway in the middle of a blizzard in Montana, I learned that reality is much darker. I was driving home for Christmas, pushing my old truck through a wall of white snow. My GPS had failed miles ago, and I was running on fumes. Just as I thought I'd be freezing to death in my cabin, I saw a flicker of light. It was a small, dilapidated gas station that looked like it hadn't been painted since the 70s. An old man, his skin like wrinkled parchment, filled my tank. He didn't say a word, but as I handed him my card, he whispered, "Don't stop for the red ribbons, son, no matter how loud they scream." I thought he was senile. I laughed it off and kept driving. 10 miles down the road, the blizzard worsened. And then, I saw it. A bright red silk ribbon tied to a pine tree by the side of the road. And another one. And another. They formed a trail leading deep into the dark woods. Then, I heard it. A woman's voice. It wasn't a scream, it was a calm, rhythmic chanting of my own name. David ... David. Come see the gift. My heart hammered against my ribs. Logic told me to floor it. But then I saw a car, half buried in a ditch, with a red ribbon tied to the antenna. My instinct to help kicked in. I stopped the truck, grabbed my flashlight, and stepped into the freezing dark. As I approached the car, I realized it was empty. Not just empty, it was stripped. No seats, no engine, just a hollow shell. I turned to run back to my truck, but a hand, cold as ice and incredibly strong, grabbed my ankle from under the snow. I kicked blindly, screaming. My flashlight hid something, a face, but it wasn't a face. It was a mask made of stitched leather, with no eyes. I managed to break free and scrambled into my truck, locking the doors just as dozens of shadows emerged from the trees. They didn't run. They glided over the snow, all of them wearing those eyeless masks, holding lengths of red ribbon. I drove like a madman, not looking back until I reached a well-lit town 2 hours later. I went straight to the police. When I told the sheriff about the red ribbons and the eyeless people, his face went pale. "You're the third one this month," he said, "but you're the first one who came back." It turns out, there's a cult that lives in those mountains. They use the red ribbons to lure travelers who think they're being heroes. They don't want your money. They want your sight. To this day, I never drive at night during a storm. And every time I see a red ribbon even on a gift, my hands start to shake. Because I know that somewhere in the dark, someone is still calling my name, waiting for me to finish the trail. If you ever see a red ribbon in the woods, don't be a hero. Just keep driving. Your life depends on it. Would you have stopped to help, or would you have kept going? Tell me in the comments, but be honest.